Joining me today is mixed martial artist, coach, husband, father, business owner, Diego Ferreira.
Oh,
Man, how does that sound, man?
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good. More realistic. As soon as I get inside the cage, that sounds like right now.
Yeah.
Diego
Ferreira.
Oh yeah.
And that little dance you did after the last fight.
Dude, that's fun because the little dance, I didn't even know how it came from. Like, it just passed in my mind, like, getting through, like, okay, everybody was talking, I was going to lose this fight, having
that was
feeling,
it right there.
Having feeling that, like, that's why I was moving my hands like this and dancing.
The chirping. Yeah. Is that a little bit of your capoeira days?
That's what it was, you know?
Yeah,
it was more like just the relief moment, take all the pressure, all the anxiety. It was more like that little dance.
Like,
Now you guys can talk.
I mean,
you guys can talk.
Yeah, you earned that moment right there. All right, before we get into your UFC career and your mixed martial arts fighting in general, I want to talk about your upbringing in Brazil and then how you came over here to the U.S. and then kind of how that whole transition's been. What would you say is the biggest difference in your growing up in Brazil versus how kids grow up here in the States? Like, the hardships, is it easier, is it difficult? Like, what's the biggest thing you see?
For me, it was more like the transition about technology, in days is a little bit different. The kids now have more information than kids than before. Like, before, we don't have that much information. The only information we have about was in TV, on more like that. Like, and I was growing up on living a ranch. Like taking care of cows, taking care, animals. The growing up part, I didn't have as much, like how having fun, like with my friends, was more living to work. My kids now, I trying to make them having that feeling too, not just attacking.
Not have it too easy.
Not have it too easy, exactly. I try my best, like be more playful with them. I didn't have that chances. My daddy never took me to go to the movies or go to restaurants, things like that. Nowadays it's much more easy, do that, growing up it's with them I try to put more of that, having more little fun,
something you didn't have
growing up. Something I didn't have it growing up, over there is like all for us, like, it was more working, working a range, be able to feed animals, be taking care, like, other things, going to school. Playtime was go climb the tree, jump in the water, on the river, So he's a little bit different.
I see a lot of your posts. You're very family oriented. Like, you guys go on trips and you take all your kids with you every time. Yeah. Like, it's cool to see that. Like, as busy as I know you are with your gym and your training and your business, you go on these trips and you take everyone with you. Like, that's something that I see is like, man, that's really cool to see that.
That's why sometimes, like, how you ask, like, what's the difference between growing up over there and over here? My growing up time over there, like, my hometown was us working.
In all that upbringing, you started training jiu-jitsu at 10 years old. I guess, what makes you start training that young? Is it just all your friends do it? Is it something very typical in Brazil to start training in mixed martial arts?
On to that point, it was more trying, like trying to be in a sport, because before I didn't have ideas much like this about the sport, and my time I watch a lot of the UFC, the beginning of the UFC.
The original UFC.
The original UFC, the original one, the first one. So on the first one, I kind of get like, that's interesting now. I watching the guys get in a cage.
Yeah.
And when I saw Royce Gracie getting to the fight and then beating everyone, I kind of said, wow.
With jiu-jitsu.
With jiu-jitsu. And that's why. And after there, I kind of like forgot about it, I was probably like 8 years old. And at 10 years old, I see Victor Belfort.
Belfort.
Yeah, training jiu-jitsu, and I said, no, let me. I wanna see what's the jiu-jitsu about it.
Man.
You know, let me check what it is. You know,
Is always Gracie like the Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
the Brazilian
god
jiu-jitsu.
over there
Yeah,
in Brazil?
it was on that time.
Yeah.
Not as much because the jiu-jitsu was seen more like only the rich people could do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the people who have money because expensive, you know. We put expensive because the uniform, you know, like the gi, gym, you know, pay
I see.
you know, was more harder to get into that. So as 9 years old, you know, that's why I saw. Is 7 years old. I remember my dad bought the tape from the UFC.
UFC.
Yeah, and then they go check it out with him, and we watch it, you know, for a little bit. And then I got really interested with the Hearts Gracie, the way he fought. And then the year after, I was 9 years old. That's when I saw Victor before getting to the UFC too, fighting all the you know, the fighters like just with jiu-jitsu, you know. So I want to try it. You know, I told my dad, hey dad, like I want to try jiu-jitsu. No, this is not.
Play soccer.
Go play soccer. That's not for you. You know, that's not what your future is for you. And I said, nah.
Were you like as a kid? Were you naturally aggressive? Were you?
No. I always calm. I was super,
that was one of the questions I had. Like normally you're a calm person, but then you step into the octagon and you turn into
that's
a dog,
exactly. So I was super calm. I always been the kid. Like my mom was telling me, I was the kid to sit down in front of the TV and not talking for hours.
Wow.
You know, like just stay zone, and then my mom could leave me there for hours, and as long as I was watching a cartoon or something, I was super calm. In school, to the same way. At school, I was like when my mom took me from the country to the city to go to school. That was the part. So I was there more focused on the school. Trying to talk to other kids always hard for me.
So is that why you picked a sport that was more one-on-one rather than like team-oriented?
I think so. I think I because I tried soccer. I tried. My dad tried to teach me. You know, I go to a little school for soccer, but I learned, but I was not good enough.
Yeah.
You know, I was not good, but. And I seen that, but my passion was not there, you know, like my the love. So I was doing just for sport.
Yeah.
And then my dad, I'm just losing my time in this, you know.
Yeah. So when you finally started training jiu-jitsu, did your dad see something different in you? Like, oh, this kid likes it, or he still didn't want you to do it?
No, he still not wanted me to do it. He still not wanted me to do it.
When did he ever come around and be like, all right, Diego's good?
No, I was already a black belt. I was already a black belt.
When did you get a black belt?
I got
18,
my belt
17?
18 to 19. So it took me a while to hit.
So you went through all the different colors, and he's like,
colors.
No.
He never been in the gym before that.
Wow.
He never, you know, like my dad was a hardcore. He was from the country, you know. I understand that, like that the part he was not like really educated about sport. You know, he was not like really into the sport, contact sport. For him, he always like, no, this is for people with money, you know. This is for people don't have nothing to do. You have to find something. You gotta find a regular job. Find a regular job, or find a sport. You gotta be rich. About soccer was
soccer.
You know, was the sport in Brazil at that time.
Yeah.
So his mentality was like that. And one time, my friend from the neighborhood and my cousin, hey, they gonna do a jiu-jitsu class, you know, over here for the project. For take the kids to the street, and the guy is teaching is a black belt. And I tell myself, do you guys want to try? And then but jiu-jitsu about that grappling, the hugging, you know, on the ground and this and that. I say I wanna try. I see that guy Royce Gracie and you know the Gracie family and Sousa and all the Victor Belfort fighting. I want to try. And I convinced my brother to go. My friend wanna go, but I could not go without my cousin. It was my brother because we living together on the same house. So I convinced him to go with me, you know. That's crazy because and then he got better than me, and I was he got better than me. I said that's great. That's a crazy story. It's a real true story. We go try. I love the first minute. I said no, this is what I want to do. That's what I want to do for a living. That's what I really like. That's
how old were you at that time?
I was 10.
10. Okay.
10. Yeah, I was more like 9 to 10, something like that. So I want to do this.
Wow.
I want to do this again. So I told my dad, hey, I found this sport I want to do it. And he, no, ponte a trabajar. Yeah, no, that's fun for you. This is losing time. That's sport for. It feel me. It's a combat sport. Like I feel good when I compete.
The adrenaline.
Yeah, like competing with the big guys. That's what my thing. I like it. The guys are super strong. Some of the guys look like a bodybuilder kind of guy, and I could hang with them. I was 10 years old, but I knew the guys were stronger than me, but they're not trying. But it's something when you find yourself doing your best, and trying your best. So I kind of challenge myself every single time, and I like it. I got choked out, I got beat up, but I like it.
Wow.
So from there we started doing. My cousin, he was a little bit older than me. Probably like 2 or 3 years older than me. He got much better and quick. He got super good real quick. And I said, damn, Roger is doing. He's really good. He's gonna do already his first tournament. Because I took a while to tell my dad I was doing that. Okay. Because I knew his reaction.
He was gonna say no, yeah.
He was gonna say no. I knew he's not gonna like it. So I took a little bit of time to tell him. Like after the school, like how in Brazil, we go half-time school, just half-time. It's not like the whole day like how we do here in the U.S.
8 to 5 job, just going to school.
Exactly. So I did go to school in the morning, and in the afternoon, like late night afternoon, I could go to the classes, but my dad got home like exactly 8, and the class was 7 to 8, so I have to every time be home before.
Get home really quick,
real quick before my dad get home. And I took a while to tell him before the tournament. My first tournament, I was going to do it.
How old were you the first tournament?
I was 12.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I was 12.
What weight class?
I was
95 pounds?
Not even 95 pounds. I was super skinny. I probably like in between the 75 like pounds. Like I was super skinny. I was a small guy. But then my dad didn't let me. Yeah, because I have to buy a uniform. I have to buy the gi, and he didn't like it, And I told no, I have a friend. He's selling a gi, but it's a used gi already. And I told him like, let me do it, Dad. Let me do it. So no, you're not gonna do it. Find yourself. If you wanna do it, find yourself to do it. I find as myself. I have some money saved, 40 reais on that time, but it's not even $20 or anything like that. I bought a gi. And I could buy the registration. I could get the registration to sign up. So I just bought a gi. And then my dad seeing I was doing real good on that. Like, I didn't compete, but just the fact I was trying to hustle, and trying to make the money to buy a gi. He kind of got like, but he's still not giving a damn, And my mom comes, in the picture like more, okay, let me support you.
Let me help
let me help this guy, yeah. And then she's the one that most helped me through the career, going to some tournaments with me, But after that was hard. Before that was hard because he was not helping. He's not supporting at all. He didn't like it. But now today. In days right now, he's the number one. He's a bigger one.
That's my son. That's my son.
I
always knew.
Yeah, he always knew he was gonna do it good.
What was the big jump for you going from jiu-jitsu to mixed martial arts?
Was easy the transition because I like the stand-up part of the mixed martial art, but it was much more easy to catch up because when you do something you like it, it make it more interesting for you. So that the interest part for me was really good, but it was hard because I didn't have no experience about striking, about grappling on your feet. It took me a while, to understand about reaching, about distance because in a grappling you don't need distance. You need just to be close.
Just be close.
Just be as close as a contact
Okay.
sport. But on that part for me was a little bit more harder to understand, But for boxers and Muay Thai fighters, they work a lot more with reaching,
Right.
reaching of the punches. So I didn't have that. Like for me, I was like, I don't want to hit you hard, like like I don't want to hurt you, or because I have the jiu-jitsu, was about respect. It was about
not hurting your
not
opponent.
hurting your opponent, and so I did have a lot of that in my mind. So I have to forget about that to take that. Say no, I'm here because this is different. This is a different art. So
So was it in your nature to just try to take everything to the ground all the time and avoid the striking, or did you stand up and embrace that part of it?
I always embraced that part.
Okay.
I always embracing that part because it was much more easy for me embracing than just thinking about grappling. For the grappling,
I would think if I had 10, 15 years of a specific art, and then I went into a fight when they were going to incorporate every kind, I would just resort back to what I know best. It's just interesting to me that somebody with that much jiu-jitsu wouldn't just take everything to the ground all the time.
Yeah, that's fun because I use more my stand-up, because I think it's something with, for the MMA, you need to understand more.
Yeah.
Because the fight starts standing. You're not going to go to the... if you have that strength, you have the muscle of strength and momentum to do it. I never been a good takedown guy. I never been like that guy like wrestle right into into your face. Like trying to get into your face and wrestle from there. For me, I was let me find to how I gonna throw a punch. Like how I gonna learn that. Like how I gonna that's weird. Yeah. Like
so,
on my first fight, I still. Trying to throw a punch, trying to do something with the punch. Now I'm looking just to use my jiu-jitsu. But when we hit, like if you go hit the ground, I know what to do.
Okay, so that's when it comes into play.
That's when
is
it
if
comes
you
to
get
place.
taken down,
If I get
you know how to defend yourself and get back up.
That's what was my mentality. But I always like to embrace the hands. I like to let me throw down. I want to throw down. Let me see how a punch can feel. So that's why I forgot about jiu-jitsu onto that engagement.
Yeah, when I see a lot of your fights, and I guess you're right, you don't do a lot of takedowns, but if it goes to the ground, you're comfortable.
Yeah, I already know how to react. I know how to move already. So for me, it was much easy having that mentality. Okay. So let me embrace that hands first.
Okay.
Let me see what it's gonna take it. Now, if you're trying to take me down, I know what I gotta do. Mean. So I use my what I have a best for my resort.
For your defense.
My defense.
Yeah.
So that my stand up is gonna be there. I have to learn.
Okay, I see.
I took a while to learn, but my fights I like to first get in my hands. See what it did. And another thing, I train boxing every day. Boxing and Muay Thai. It's something like I like to be involved. Jiu-jitsu is part of my life. It's my work and my job. I try to learn every single thing. But to get in a fight, I think you have to first get your hands wetty, and get your hands wetty.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So
because if you go straight into the jiu-jitsu and it doesn't work, then you've got nothing else.
I got nothing else. Yeah, and then that's when you don't want to use you mainly resort on the begin.
Yeah, I see.
That's
what you
my
mean.
point. That's
okay.
How
No,
I
that makes
fight.
a lot of sense.
Yeah, you want to use you best.
Yeah.
On the end to flip everything around.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that about strategy is about that. Exactly what I was talking to my friend on a car today about that. Like how strategy is placing with my technique. Sometimes I use more my jiu-jitsu in second case. Mm-hmm. Because I second to the third, but my first place, and let me stand up first.
Boxing, kicking.
Let me feel, let me feel what it's punching and kicks.
I see.
And then from there, okay, if I don't have another nothing to answer here, now I'm gonna have to go
to the ground.
Okay. Start going for the takedown. Yeah, so I play a lot that. So now I'm playing on my mind, the scenes and everything. But it was kind of hard. You're not gonna lie, because I need to learn how to get punch.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to get punched in the eye and not close my eye, you know?
Yeah. So from 2011 to 2014, you went 9-0 in the regional scene here in South Texas, and you did some fights in Houston and San Antonio, and then you're shot at the UFC. The first 2 fights you win, so now you're 11-0, and then you get to your first loss with Dariush. Just talk us through the mindset going into a fight like that, and then eventually getting your first loss. Like,
first, I was not training.
Okay.
I was not like.
This is your third fight in the UFC
that's
already.
my third fight in the UFC. Was short notice. I was happy because I was gonna be in Brazil. I never fought in Brazil. Correct. It was in my country now, so I got super excited. I told my wife like, "Oh, are you sure you're gonna do this?" She was telling me, "You sure you're gonna be there? Like, you like almost 40 pounds over right now, and I told her, look, we have a chance to go to Brazil. We have a chance to go spend time with our family.
Yeah.
Why not? Whatever's coming is coming from there. Like, it's just enjoy, But you're going to cut so much weight. You're going to be depleted. You're going to be hurting, I don't want to see you die. It was hard for me because my emotions was more playing about being in Brazil.
Wow.
Be with my family than about the fight. But it took me hard, my first loss, but I didn't thinking about as much, about losing. I knew Dariush was going to be a tough fighter.
Yeah.
I knew already. So why not, Like I told my wife, why not? Like if I win, I just have something to gain. I don't have nothing to lose. I'm just barely getting my second fight. My last 2 fights, we got a bonus. We got like a good money. Why not? Let me.
Did you have a contract with the UFC at that point?
On that point, I already have a contract.
You like a 3 or 4 fight contract?
4 fights. I think.
Okay.
As soon as I got my first fight, on my second fight, they signed me in again. They signed me in 5 more fights because the way I won.
Okay.
And let's keep this guy here. And I fight for 3 contract. Exactly, I signed for 3.
Okay.
First, and my first 2 was the bonus.
Okay.
So right after I got that fight with the
got another contract.
I got 5 more.
Jeez.
I got 5 more, and I was expecting that. I was not out of shape, but I was not training what I was supposed to train. Like for Sao Paulo, I took like in 3 or 2 weeks notice, something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Which fight was that?
It was with Dariush.
Okay, that was a 2 or 3 week notice. Okay.
2 weeks or 3.
And it was going to be in Brazil.
It was going to be in Brazil.
And you were here in the U.S.
And I was here in the U.S.
So you had to get over there and then start cutting weight.
I started cutting the day I got the fight. I started cutting from there.
Jeez, you were 40 pounds over?
I was 40 pounds over.
With a 3 week notice?
3 weeks notice.
Jeez, man.
I don't know how I did it. People ask me, I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
You did it.
You did it. I make weight and everything. But it was hard, The first loss was hard because it was something I was not expecting. I was really into the mood to win, But, I think like things are happening for a reason, I didn't focus too much, as my first loss. I didn't even care as much, and for me, it was more a learning experience.
Okay.
I never seen the 3rd round in my life of the fighting,
Wow.
or grappling. Nobody over grappled me in my whole career. Nobody took me to the ground, but I was able to get up, always able to fight back. But when I fought Dariush, was the first person really to hold me down on the ground, or and so that I learned with that. I learned how to. Okay, now I see at the end of the 3rd round.
Your conditioning.
I get my conditioning, working on my conditions is gonna be the first thing. Working on my technique was the second, especially trying to get up. I learned a lot, and traveling, cutting weight, was a lot of things I gained. I didn't get upset about losing.
Yeah, it went to a decision. It was
unanimous. But I felt he took the majority of the fight. I was pretty fair with that. I fought my battle, but I gained a lot. I learned a lot about that, and then after there,
You get Poirier.
I got Poirier. Oh, then I was
Another
beast,
big one.
another big one. But he was going from 145 to one.
He was coming up.
He was coming up.
Okay.
So it was his first or second fight too.
Yeah.
You know, but
that was your first KO, right?
KO. That's my first KO. That one was crazy. But like the way I say, like the way I was super amateur. You know, like the way to get hit and get hit. So this one was more like my mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, because I was really that one I was like really well trained, but not the fact I was gonna go over striking. You know, but those losses are learning experience. You know, for me, I didn't even have a thinking about like, oh, that's gonna hurt me. That's gonna, you know. That's going to put me down. So.
But you weren't fighting nobodies. Those two guys, they're still ranked in the top 15.
Exactly. And at that time, they were like racking everybody.
Yeah.
Like, they all finished like...
Those are two
Poirier,
big fights early in your career.
Exactly. Poirier just fought Zombie and the probably like few months before he fought me. And he racked Zombie. And it was one of my favorite fighters, like watching Zombie, you know.
And then you're next.
And then I'll be next. And I said, wow, okay. I guess we're going to go down, you know. And I never say no for what, you know, a fight. You know, when Sean Shelby always asked me to fight this person, say, you know, why not? You know, we have a time. Okay, we have a time to train. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm alive. Let's fight.
Yeah, I'm alive. Let's fight. Yeah. So
after that loss with Poirier, you go on a 6-fight win streak, with that 6th fight being against Pettis. To that point, was that your biggest win?
The most famous person, yeah. But my tough fight was with those Russians. You know, those Russians were the tough fights in my life. But yeah, Pettis was
the biggest name.
The big name I got in UFC.
That was on McGregor Cerrone
card? McGregor Cerrone card.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was MP1. He was the champ. You know, he was the champ fighting for the belt. Like he won the belt. So I was really excited about that. You know, I was look up to the guy. You know, the way he fights, the way he promoted himself and all that. That was like always big fan of him. And fighting with him was awesome. You know, but the the fight put me on. You know, was great. But I like to watch the fight, you know, because I got some. Yeah, it was a good fight because he caught me a couple times, you know, and then I started taking over the fight too. But so like those losses I have, and then go over like 6 more streak wins, you know, was the experience I really needed. Was big, you know, it was a big thing because from there I started learning like how to go to the 3rd round. I started learning how to come my way. Started learning how to position myself on a stand-up and everything like that. I started come by together, and I put everything together.
Got the whole package.
For the whole package. And get a fight that size. Like when I fought
on a big card.
On a big card, fighting Anthony Pettis.
I mean, this might be a weird question. Do you feel like the fights you're given are always like you're like the setup guy? Or do you feel like you've ever been favored in a fight? No,
I always been not the favorite, but the setup guy. You know, like I'm always
and then you come in and ruin it for them.
And I come in and ruin it for them. And it's feel better, you know. Like I see sometimes people like, no, this guy's gonna lose. And with Michael Johnson, it was the same thing. Oh, he's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna. With the Mateos, same thing. You know, with the Pettis, same thing. With the Russians. Same thing.
And you come in and you prove them wrong.
And prove them wrong. I'm still there, you know. Like that's the thing. In 10 years, we're still there. And then, but it's good because on that fact, it make me work hard.
Which loss of yours, like, just keeps you up? Like, oh, that shouldn't have been a loss.
Damn, that one was when I fought Gillespie. You know.
But you came in overweight for that one, right? I
came overweight. No, I just fought the Rouge. I came from a loss. Again, it's the second I split decision. And I got this guy. Just want to fight. And I say, why not? You know, like the way I have. Like, Sean Shelby gave it to me. Hey, do you want to fight this guy?
I'm alive, let's
3 weeks. And I told him, yeah, I'm alive. Why not?
Let's fight.
Let's fight. Yeah, I didn't make the weight at that time. I was 2 pounds or 3 pounds over. You know, I was really upset because of that too. I knew I could finish it. And I told you, that's why my coach got mad about that.
Wow.
I never answered my coach that way. Never. Like in the fight, he told me, what the fuck you doing? Like, why you not finish this guy in that
Yeah.
one? That's your favorite position. I said, it's all right, coach. I finished in a second.
Oh
In the
wow.
second round, I was, when the coach looked at me like, oh, what is
Yeah.
saying?
What's he doing?
What he doing? On the
Jeez.
second round, when I came back and he racked me, he started taking me down. He started like getting me really hard time.
Yeah.
And I said, holy, then it's not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. And then when my cardio started going down, my cardio started really like dropping. It started like really getting tired. Sorry. I started changing the strategy. Oh man, it was terrible. And that's when I got south. That's when he started getting on top of me and then got and pound. And I said, no, dude, I can't believe I gotta let this guy do this.
You
to
let
me.
it slip away.
I let slip away, but like it was more than so baby side. Like, hey, when
Oh,
you
man.
stick with the game plan, that's when I learned another lesson. Stick with the game plan. That's the loss
Jeez.
I always keep. I wanna get again. And then
That one
Gillespie,
bothers you?
that bothered me because he started saying that he's a bitch.
Uh-huh.
Because as soon as we finish, and he trying saying like, oh, that's what you got, don't make way. I said, motherfucker, I just made you making money. I could have waited for this whole time to fight you when I
Yeah.
was training, and you come like that, like being a like, little whistle, besides like, be thankful what I did. And that's that one like pissed me off,
Yeah.
That's that one. And I call out him sometimes. I call out him, hey, do you want to fight? Do you want to come
Oh, wow.
and fight again?
A
But
rematch.
yeah, the rematch. But he said, no, I don't fight no more. And then from there, he disappeared.
Yeah.
He disappeared from the map. He don't fight no more. He just now, whatever he doing, fishing,
Because you came in overweight, you give up 30% of your purse, right? And then you got performance of the night, and it all goes to him. So he walked away good. Like,
That's one of the most reason because
Yeah.
I got fight at the night. I got the bonus at the night, but I couldn't get paid either.
Yeah.
I didn't get fight at the night because he's only that one who could get it
Yeah.
because he made a
'cause
way.
he made
I didn't.
weight.
Yeah, I didn't
So,
make weight.
Could he have chosen not to fight you because you came in overweight?
Yeah, he could have chose
Oh,
that.
okay.
He could have chose that, but he knew where I was. I was overweight. I was not training for that fight.
Yeah.
So he took it like
You
okay.
came in off a loss.
I
of
come out
barriers.
lost with the rules by decision.
Yeah.
So he knew he would get a good chance.
Yeah.
So, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Like that's how
That's the one that
that's that
bothers
one
you?
bother me. But that's that one like make me think more like be more wise
Yeah.
about the decisions I take, thinking about what I'm
Yeah.
doing. So I learn about that too. So, but that one I wish one day
That's the one you want to redo?
yeah, I want to redo it. If it is not just gonna be on MMA, it could be on a mat. I want to fight that guy in jiu-jitsu too, but I know he's not gonna wanna. I know
Yeah.
he's a little, how can I say it? A person that little whistle, I ain't
A
gonna
weasel?
go, yeah, whistle, yeah. Can I lose my time with that? But
Yeah.
that's the loss that really hurt me,
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Let's talk about your last fight with Matus.
Mhm.
He was on a 16-fight win streak. Very, very, very heavy favorite. I mean, I looked at the entire card, and he was, like, extremely favored to win. I mean, he's fighting a veteran in the UFC. He was destroying everybody, and like you said in the post-fight interview, nobody wanted to fight him. He was he's a bulldog. He was just overpowering everybody. And you come in a year since your last fight with Anthony Johnson, and you come in and you do what you did. Like, talk us through the beginning of the fight, and then kind of at what point did you feel like you had control and you were gonna take this fight?
Well, I my point like with his fight was tough. I knew it. He was gonna come lay heavy hands, so he did it. My first round, I kind of trying to circle around a little bit, trying to make him move a little bit more. But I think it was more into the middle of the second round. Trying to like I was trying to see the fight the another day. I was trying to watch it. And the way I was seeing him like really trying to move too much, but with less cardio. Like for me, it was more like that. So the second the middle to the second to the third round. That's when I started seeing
Yeah.
he was like that's
His
was my
arms
fight.
dropping.
Yeah, his arm dropping. He was covering more
Yeah,
his
I
body.
saw that. Yeah.
Trying to cover the body because I was hitting the body a lot. So
He should have been covering his face
Yeah,
more.
his face is much more. But hey, he was not doing so.
Yeah.
You know, but he was the favorite. But I was not even thinking about that. Like that's what we talking
Yeah.
in the last one, the last question. Was how favored he was, you
Yeah.
know, how favored he was on to that point. But for me, it was like just a motivation for me to see people like
Can prove him wrong.
Can prove wrong.
Yeah.
So for me, it was that. But the second round, it was more like, okay, I have this.
Yeah, when I was watching the fight, I was watching it at work with some coworkers. All my coworkers are watching it, like they're rooting for you. They didn't know who you were. They're like, "Come on, Diego!" And at the beginning of the fight, they all told me the same thing. Like, man, this guy's heavy favorite. Like, are you sure you want us to watch your friend? I'm like, dude, let's watch it, man. He's a veteran. He'll be okay.
He know what he's doing.
He knows
now.
what he's doing. I've seen him. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, hey, just because he's your friend, man. If he loses, I'm like, no, he's got experience, man. Let's watch the fight. And the first round, like, Matus comes out like firing. And what I saw from you, I mean, I don't know a lot about mixed martial arts, but I saw you letting the fight come to you, not trying to play his game. Like, you kept your distance. I think your reach was like 3 or 4 inch advantage on him.
Yeah.
And I saw you keeping your distance, not get into his close range where he could punch. He did hit you. He got your chin a couple times.
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, oh, come on, Diego, don't go down.
Dude, he got me one on my neck. I thought I'd choke. You know, when he didn't hit me like on my chin. He hit me on my neck. I thought I'd choke. Like, God damn it, that punch hurt. But it was more like because I was walking back too much. After I started walking forward a little bit more, and that's when I kind of feel more the fight.
Yeah, he was controlling the center of the ring for the beginning of the fight. And you were just keeping your distance. I'm like, he put his arms down, like, Diego, kick him. But I don't know. I'm just like, maybe that was part of your strategy, is to let him tire out or something, because it's kind of hard to keep up when someone's just a bulldog in the beginning. Just let him tire out. He never really sees past the second or third. And like, if this thing goes the distance, Diego's got a chance.
Yeah.
Right. And then when I think he got you right on the chin, and you went down. And I was like, all my coworkers were like, oh, he's done.
It's done.
And then you got him in the guard. I think you were on your back, but you held him. And then I was like, okay, he's kind of in control. Like, he's gonna let this kind of ride out. I was like, oh my God, like, come on, Diego.
It was crazy because that one, I was a split second distraction. I tell everybody now, like, was just a split second distraction because I was walking back, and we crashed heads. And then when I crashed head, I felt something dropping in my face, and I knew it was my blood. And I tried just to pass my hand on my face like this, and I looked down to my hand, and it was bleeding. So I changed my stand. As soon as I was the left side, I'm going to my orthodox or to my right, and as soon as I turned to my right, he lunged himself. Like, I could see he lunged himself with his hand, and the gloves coming right into my eye, and it caught me like solid in my chin, and boom, I just felt like my body going numb. Woof.
Oh man!
Like, when I wake up, I was really looking to the ceiling. I was already like, when he was.
So you were out for like
a split second. I was cold. Jeez. Like, I was felt. It was crazy because when I felt my butt hit the ground, and then my shoulder kind of not folded, but it kind of come up, and it come down, like, without gravity, like you feel when you drop, you're falling, So as soon as I kind of click myself, I'm like, holy, I'm still in a fight, and I tried to put my foot in between me and him, and I tried to push him away, and he came straight to my guard. I tried to hold him down, tried to see what I was looking more to the ceiling to see what really happened. Jeez. And I look into my coaches. I peek out a little bit to my coaches. And then I see my coach, get up. And I was like, God. And I looked at the time. I was super, like grog, like we were like, not, how can I say, like, my body was limp. Now I haven't my strength. I wasn't in it yet. My body was kind of getting back. And I looked to the time and have like 1 minute, 40 seconds, something like that. And I tried to punch, I tried to hit him like no strength. And he was trying to, I could have felt it, like a couple punches get behind my head, But I kind of like, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm here. When I got up and I asked the coach, hey, what happened? Oh, he dropped you. I said, damn it. And I told him I didn't know. I said, damn it. And then, but we can get back. We're good. Keep it doing the strategy. That's when he told me that. I said, okay, now let me get back into, okay, my body feeling strong now. I feel better. I start moving my hand. And then I said, okay, that can be the time.
Yeah.
And he's getting tired. My friend was telling me, he's getting tired.
Yeah.
He's exhausted in that one. Now press. You're going to start getting your punches now. And that's when we started taking the first round. But the first round was really hard for me.
That must have got in his head that his best effort and his chance to finish the fight, and you got out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally telling me now you were out for a second.
Yeah.
And if he hit one or two good punches, it's over.
And
right?
that was the most crazy one, because when he really got close to me, that's when I kind of like, oh damn, like he's really lunging over, like why he's lunging over me as much.
Yeah.
So let me take my time and start like getting the jab or getting the two or my jab.
Yeah.
Every time he got lunge like that, that's when I start putting one and one together. Like okay, now it's gonna be my time.
Yeah.
I see him lunging too much and he start moving his arms. Like
he kept doing that jerking motion, like as if he was trying to get you to like counter, and then he was gonna counter.
Yeah, so that's what don't really impact on me, because I was letting him, because like the way I say, his reach was smaller than mine, so I knew I was gonna have upper hand when he's coming in.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for that. I was not waiting, just let him in, moving as the way he was doing.
Yeah.
I was trying to catch the time, but I was trying to really pick it up my hand every time, because I don't want to lose the timing, you know. But I was kind of scared to, like, when he lunged so fast, I was gonna miss it and punch wrong. So
your counter and your jab is what kept him further and further away. He stopped getting close.
Yeah, because the jab was the popping. That's why when the doctor on the second round got in, I thought he was gonna stop already the fight. I said, well, what I did? Like, what's going on? Why stopping?
You had him in a good spot, and then they called the timeout. I'm like,
no, that's
he's about
the point.
To
I said about to finish, and that's when he kind of came back again. He kind of recovered those, like, a minute. You just need a minute. You just need to recover for a few seconds. And as soon as you shoot it, I knew it, because he did the same thing for a fighter before that. When I saw his tapes. And he did the same thing when he started gassing out. He started shooting and hold the guy. But I thought, no, you're not gonna hold me down. You're not gonna hold me down.
Diego Ferreira.
You have no idea. You're not gonna let me. I'm not gonna let you hold me down right here. Doesn't matter what. I start pushing. That's when I grabbed his arm.
You carried him up.
I carried him, with his legs and kick him off. And that's when I started getting on top of him. But he was so strong, though. He pulled his arm. I don't know how he balanced himself and pull his arm off my hands. He kind of get in a plank and top of my legs. It was like a plank, super straight. And I said, damn. I said, no, you know what, I'm going to push you off. That's what I'm going to do. That
was cool,
I was looking to get an armbar, but I said, no, let me just push him off, and then I just going to make him get more tired, get on top. And that's when I made him work a little bit more extra from there. But it was a good experience just to having to fight on the second round.
And then the third round, which he had, I don't know if he had ever been into a third, or I don't know if he had been that far into a fight, but you could tell that your conditioning at that point was taking over. The experience, the conditioning, the distance, everything was taking over, and I felt like at that point the fight was yours, unless he caught you with a haymaker or something.
That's what the most thing I was scared. Like that hand, was still dangerous. So that's why I was trying to pick a lot of my shots. Was not really lunge into, because that's what we're playing the game. We want to take to the third round. We want to get to the decision. But I knew it. I knew he had the first round and the half the second. So on my head, I was really 50-50 right there. So I didn't want to get too emotional. Like, okay, I'm still, from my mind, I'm still losing.
Okay.
But I knew we hit 50-50.
So if it went the distance, do you feel like you had it?
Yeah, I think he could have it. I'm not gonna lie. He could have still because the refs on that the judge on that night. I don't know. So for me,
So you couldn't leave it to the judges.
I don't want to leave it to the judges. I put it in my mind. No, you gonna go. You're gonna have to finish it.
There was about 3 or 4 opportunities where I'm watching the last 3 minutes of the third. I'm like, end the fight.
No, I was trying, and I was trying.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the ref.
The referee, yeah.
I was like, dude, he's not fighting back, but he just had his arms up. I'm like, Diego's gonna hurt this guy. Call it.
That's what the most like because when he called the doctor the first one, I thought, okay, it didn't look like real bad yet, his eye.
Yeah, but they just make sure that he can still see out the eye. Is that the rule?
Yeah, that's why you have to see it for one side. But then one side, I got on one side, and as I got into the other side. And I said, dude, like, they're not gonna stop. I can't be punching this guy the whole
can't
night.
See.
I can't see at all. He couldn't see at all no more. So, dude, like for the second round, or the end, no, the beginning of the first round, my first punch, I jab and I throw a really hard right, and I see his lip get caught, like really gap between his lips, And I said, holy shit, now it's getting real. Yeah. So. This judge and I was doing my job.
Yeah.
Because he came to us on the backstage saying like, hey, just stop fighting when I say it. Stop, keep doing your thing. If I see the danger, I gonna jump in and gonna make you stop. If I say stop. But if I don't say that yet, don't do it. Just keep fighting. I said, all right. So I guess we're gonna go take all this stuff to the end. Yeah. So I took it, and I saw punching him, and I was. Dude, this dummy right here, I've been working on him this past 4 weeks every day. Now I know he got destroyed because I was the same intensity I was doing on that dummy. I was on top of him, like I was punching. I was
picking your shots,
picking the shots. Picking them, and every time he trying to pass my leg over his head, I was trying to punch him on the other direction, underneath my legs and time over my legs. Yeah. So he took a lot of damage, and I thought the ref is gonna stop on the second. On the second time, I got on top of him, but and then he kind of got out of the position, move away. He got up, and he started moving. I said, no. Let me.
And then you took him down again. You just
swept him. I just swept him. That's why, because I knew he was tired with it. As soon as I put him in the cage, I said, boom. I took him down. I said, no, now I got to be on the half guard. I got to do the same thing. Yeah. Because he was looking for that position. And let him be on that position because I knew that position he's going to feel comfortable. And I got to move as much. And that's when I said, smash.
Let's end it right here.
I told him, I said, shit, if the ref don't stop here, at least I'm up ahead already on the strikes and the ground control. Yeah. So that's what I was looking to the third round. And I'm glad I took it.
Yeah, man. I was yelling at the TV. They're like, "Come on, Diego, come on!"
No, it was everybody, all my family, all my friends from here was sending me a bunch of messages. I said, "Damn, dude." The last part of the video when I started walking and moving my hand, everybody dancing. I said, "God, no," but it was a blast. It was a good fight. All the work you put it on, all the blood you drop it, all the emotions you have going to the fight, and take that win like really good like that. It was amazing for me,
So I got some rapid fire questions for you.
Rapid fire questions.
Whatever comes to your mind, right away, you answer it. Okay. Would you let your kids do mixed martial arts?
Yes.
What's the worst part about cutting weight?
Ooh, sauna.
The sauna?
Sauna.
What's the most weight you've gained after weigh-ins?
30 pounds.
Between the weigh-in and the fight?
Weigh-in the fight,
Which fight was that?
Pounds. Was on a fight when I fought the Rush. Yeah, when I fought the Rush.
Second time?
The first time.
The first time. You made weight and then you gained 30 pounds in Brazil?
30 pounds in Brazil.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's why I was super sluggish, because I was so full of all the breads I ate over there, all the food that I was not supposed to eat, and I ate. But hey, it's a learning lesson, that one.
All right. What's your normal walk-around weight?
Before I used to go 205, walk around, but now I'm staying between 175.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like your cauliflower ears?
No, I hate it.
You don't like them?
No.
Oh, jeez.
No, yeah.
Is your wife nervous when you fight?
Super.
Does she sit there and watch, or she look away?
She tried to watch it, but she always crying at the end. She always crying.
Whether you win or lose?
Win or lose, she always crying,
okay.
yeah.
If you and I were to fight, how quickly would it end?
In 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Don't give me that much credit. Don't give me that much credit.
No, I'm not the type of guy go through really to finish. I'm the type of guy try to get to time. I'm the type of guy
Okay. You want to drag it on?
Yeah, drag it on, make it hurt, you know.
Okay. Feijoada or tacos?
Oh, feijoada.
What makes a good feijoada?
My mom and my grandma.
What ingredients make a good feijoada?
Pork and black beans.
That's it?
That's all. Yeah, pork.
That's all you need?
That's what you need, yeah.
Okay, and the best UFC male fighter all time?
Jose Aldo.
Wow.
Jose Aldo, yeah.
Okay, I thought you would have gone with Jones or maybe Royce Gracie.
No. Jose Aldo proved a lot. Like, I think that man he still got a little bit, you know.
Okay, best female fighter of all time?
Joanna. The Brazilian.
She's still fighting?
Yeah, no, she didn't fight yet. She just defended her belt the last
but
two.
like she's the best all time?
I think so. Like she had 2 belts from the one.
Better than Nunes?
No, it's Joanna Nunes. Yes, I saw Nunes.
Okay.
Nunes, yeah,
Okay.
Nunes. Yeah, that's her Nunes. I was
Okay.
confused the name.
Okay.
Nunes, yeah.
All right. Harder, boxing or mixed martial arts?
Boxing.
Boxing harder than mixed martial arts.
Boxing harder than mixed martial arts.
Man, why does everybody say that?
Dude, it's a lot of freaking shots in the head and body. I feel like sometimes boxing is harder than MMA. MMA is a combine and everything.
Yeah.
You can kick, you can, you know. But I think boxing is more harder, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And the rules are really tough too.
Okay.
You know, you cannot hit behind the head.
The rules.
You know, it's a lot of that. So I think boxing is
Okay, I see what you mean.
yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Do you have Dana White's phone number?
No.
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 Who's the best at 155 right now?
Poirier.
Really?
Poirier,
You think he's the best
Yeah,
at
still getting
155?
155, yeah. As a fighter, yeah.
You early bird or you sleep in?
I think early bird because I wake up before everybody at home. But not like at 6 in the morning. So that's like 8, 7. You know, that'll be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ronaldo, Pele, Ronaldinho, or Neymar?
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho?
Yeah.
He's the best?
That's best. He's my best one. Yeah.
All right. Closing remarks. Where does Diego Ferreira see himself in the next 6 months and the next 2 years in the UFC?
Happy. You know, I think happy is gonna be the most one. You know, because you cannot do this if you're not happy.
Okay.
You know, that's what I wanna see myself. I don't wanna see as a goal. I wanna see 2 years. I wanna see fighting for the title, but
Okay.
I wanna see myself happy before getting to the title.
Okay.
You know,
Are you
yeah.
happy right now?
Super. You know, with everything, family, business, you know, friends. So I'm super blessed with everything right now. Yeah. You know, it's just been doing what I really love to do, and I plan to myself. You know, because this is a plant you plant from, you know, a small seed.
Yeah.
So when you see it growing up and see it giving fruits, you know, giving other people chances, it's something really, you know, incredible to see, and
Wow.
and people, you know, falling in love with the sport like how you do, and your kids.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. you
Wow,
know.
that's great.
Yeah.
You've said it before, but you said there's nobody you won't fight. Do you truly mean that? At 155, there's nobody you won't fight.
Yeah. One person when it was an FC, I never want to fight is Cerrone. You know, yeah. I don't. But the
Wow.
rest, I can fight anybody.
You fight anybody.
Anybody. But only person, I don't know why. Maybe because I like that guy for real, and then he's really similar as I am. You know.
Okay.
I think I have a really big, you know, big love about the way he was in the UFC. So,
Okay.
you know, and I have a lot of my friends already fought him, you know, and I feel sad because of that, like, you know,
Yeah,
but
okay.
hey, it's at the sport, you know.
Okay.
But as long as that guy I'm never gonna fight is Cerrone, you know. But the rest can put in front of me.
Holloway.
Holloway. Oh yeah,
Gamrot.
Gamrot. I can
Fight
fight
him again.
Gamrot. I can
Dariush.
fight Rush. I can fight a Russian Gamrot again, and then
Gaethje.
Gaethje with no problem. You know, I don't care.
You think your next fight puts you in the top 15?
Maybe maybe if you're gonna be someone on the ranking, I think so.
Okay.
And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get into the ranking. So if I really want to compete for the belt, so I need to get there soon.
Awesome, man. Well, Diego, I really appreciate your time. Some great stories.
No, thank
I
you.
mean,
Thank you.
I'm a big fan, man. I want to see you keep winning.
Thank you. Will.
This is awesome, man. Anything you want to say to your Brazilian fans?
Tá bom, pessoal. Obrigadão por sempre estar acompanhando. Pô, é um amor muito grande. Me sinto feliz por tudo que eu faço aqui. Por isso que eu faço o que eu faço para a luta, mas com a intenção de sempre promover o Brasil, sempre promover a minha academia, sempre pensando nas pessoas que estão ao meu lado o tempo todo. Então, muito obrigado, pessoal do Brasil, Manaus, Amazonas. Abração. Em breve estou em Manaus. E everybody from Rio Grande Valley, thanks so much for all the support. Into the fights, the last few fights into right now. Thank you everyone from my team, from Team Ferreira, Ferreira's MMA. Appreciate all my sponsors, the Shack, Mooney, Charlie Chevrolet, all the guys been helping me out. It's incredible, so thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, money. Appreciate for all the support, and so thank you very much for the podcast. It's awesome to be with you, so I appreciate for that too.
Thank you, Diego. Good luck. We're gonna be here with you to the rest of your UFC journey, and we're gonna see you get that big win, man.
Yeah, we will. We got that. God is blessing. God is blessing.
Absolutely.
We will.
All right, catch y'all later. Peace.
Yes,